A shocking moment unfolded on the chase that no one saw coming, and it instantly changed the atmosphere in the studio. What usually feels like quick wit, laughter, and playful tension suddenly turned quiet, emotional, and deeply human. Bradley Walsh, known for his charm, humor, and warm presence, delivered words that caught everyone off guard and left Jenny Ryan completely speechless. For years, viewers have loved watching the natural chemistry between Bradley and the quiz experts. Their exchanges are often lighthearted, teasing, and full of clever humor. It's part of what makes the show feel like home to so many people. But this moment felt different. It wasn't sharp banter. It wasn't playful sarcasm. It was honest, unexpected, and filled with emotion. As the conversation unfolded, there was a noticeable shift. Bradley's tone softened, his expression more thoughtful than usual. The studio, normally buzzing with energy, seemed to pause. Jenny Ryan, always quick with a response and famous for her confidence, suddenly found herself listening quietly. The words weren't harsh, but they carried weight. And sometimes it's the calm words that hit the hardest. Bradley spoke with sincerity, not to embarrass, not to dominate, but to express something that had clearly been sitting in his heart. It felt less like a confrontation and more like a moment of truth, one that reminded everyone watching that even television personalities experience real emotions behind the scenes. Jenny's reaction said everything. For someone known for sharp intellect and fast replies, her silence was powerful. She didn't look upset. She didn't look defensive. She looked thoughtful, almost touched. It was the kind of silence that shows respect, reflection, and understanding. Fans watching at home immediately sensed that this wasn't scripted drama. This was real. Social media lit up with reactions as viewers tried to understand what they had just witnessed. Some were surprised, others were moved. Many admitted they had never seen this side of either of them before. What made the moment even more compelling was the history between Bradley and Jenny. Over the years, their interactions have built a unique bond, one filled with humor, mutual respect, and playful rivalry. That's why this exchange felt almost romantic in a strange, human way. Not romantic as in love, but romantic in connection. Two people who clearly care about the show, the audience, and each other, enough to be honest. And then, just when the tension felt almost too heavy, a familiar spark returned. A small smile, a gentle joke. Bradley, true to himself, lightened the moment just enough to remind everyone that warmth still lived there. Jenny's expression softened, and the air shifted again, this time toward relief. That balance is what made the moment unforgettable. It wasn't just serious, it wasn't just funny, it was both. It showed that respect doesn't cancel humor, and honesty doesn't erase kindness. Viewers later described the scene as one of the most genuine moments they had ever seen on the show. Some laughed nervously, some felt emotional, others admired how gracefully both handled the situation. Bradley didn't overpower the moment, Jenny didn't shy away from it. They met it with maturity and class. There was also something deeply exciting about seeing familiar faces step outside their usual roles. It reminded fans that behind every confident quiz expert and every charismatic host is a real person with feelings, boundaries, and thoughtful reflections. The moment sparked conversations everywhere. Fans discussed how refreshing it was to see respect instead of manufactured drama. Some even joked that Bradley could turn a serious talk into a comforting moment faster than anyone else on television. Others praised Jenny for her calm strength, saying that her silence spoke louder than any comeback ever could. What followed was not division, but appreciation. Appreciation for honesty, for emotional intelligence, for the courage to speak thoughtfully and listen carefully, especially in front of millions. This wasn't about winning or losing. It wasn't about authority or embarrassment. It was about connection, and that's why it resonated so deeply. In a world where loud reactions often get the most attention, this quiet, powerful exchange stood out. It proved that meaningful moments don't need shouting, they don't need chaos. Sometimes all they need is sincerity and respect. Bradley Walsh once again showed why audiences trust him, not just as a presenter, but as a person. Jenny Ryan showed why she is admired, not just for her intelligence, but for her composure and grace. By the end of it, viewers weren't left feeling uncomfortable. They were left feeling closer, closer to the people on screen, closer to the reality that even moments of tension can become moments of understanding. And maybe that's why this scene will be remembered for a long time, not because it shocked people, but because it reminded them of something important, that kindness, honesty, and humor can coexist, that respect makes even difficult moments beautiful. If this unexpected exchange caught your attention, made you feel something, or even made you smile after the tension eased, you're not alone. Moments like this remind us why we keep watching, not just for the questions and answers, but for the human stories unfolding in between. Share your thoughts, keep the conversation alive, and remember, sometimes the most powerful moments happen when no one is trying to steal the spotlight.